Paramount Today, where the future goes on. Beginning with Clue. The characters from everyone's favorite board game come to life in the greatest comic whodunit of all time. Clue, from executive producers Peter Guber, John Peters, John Landis, George Folsey Jr., and producer Deborah Hill. Clue. Also for fall. The story of a young man who returns to his hometown and of his father's death. Based on a novel by Ross MacDonald, Blue City. Produced by William Hayward and Walter Hill. Directed by Michelle Manning. Christmas brings us a Steven Spielberg presentation. Executive producers Frank Marshall and Kathleen Kennedy. Produced by Mark Johnson and directed by Barry Levinson. Young Sherlock Holmes. Before anyone knew his name or recognized his trademark, he would meet his lifelong friend and begin his first great adventure. Young Sherlock Holmes. Also for Christmas. In 1974, Paramount Pictures released a film that became a classic.
You want to do your partner a big favor? Take him home. Take him home! Just get him the hell out of here! Go home, Jake. I'm doing you a favor.
Jake, it's Chinatown.
Jack Nicholson is back as Jake Giddies. Producers Robert Evans and Jack Nicholson and executive producer Frank Mancuso Jr. begin where the mystery of Chinatown left off, in Two Jakes, written and directed by Robert Towne. And now for some films in pre-production, starting with Heartburn. For the red-hot comedy of the year, take one hilarious and revealing bestseller, season with the wit of writer Nora Ephron, add director Mike Nichols, stir in the brilliant star Meryl Streep, and you've got the recipe for heartburn. From Jaffe Lansing Productions, a true story. A young woman is raped before a cheering barroom crowd. Who were the witnesses? What did they see? And what did they say they saw? A personal struggle for survival and justice. The new project from Stanley Jaffe and Sherry Lansing. Also in pre-production, Top Guns. From the producers of Beverly Hills Cop, Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer, and award-winning director Tony Scott. A different kind of war. And a different kind of warrior. An elite group of men who fly against impossible odds. They are Top Guns. The future is developing better than ever at Paramount, with these coming attractions. From Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, the team that brought you Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
We got company!
Once again, he asks for your blind, unswerving, total trust. The man whose very name is adventure. Indiana Jones. Produced by Frank Marshall and Kathleen Kennedy and directed by Steven Spielberg. Starring Harrison Ford. In an all-new adventure.
When the crew of the Enterprise began searching for Spock, all did not go smoothly.
It is Dr. Marcus's opinion that the Genesis effect has in some way regenerated Captain Spock.
Absolutely not, Jen. The Council has ordered that no one but the science team goes to Genesis.
Up your shaft. The word, sir? The word is no. I am therefore going anyway.
In fact, in Star Trek III, while helping their friend, these people behaved like intergalactic outlaws.
All systems automated and ready.
Gentlemen, may the wind be at our backs.
Consider the trail of charges they accumulated in the name of friendship. Assault, kidnapping,
Get in the closet.
hijacking,
Someone is stealing the Enterprise. Kurt, you do this, you'll never sit in the captain's chair again.
disobeying orders,
Warp speed. Prepare for warp speed.
sabotage,
Code 000. Zero.
Destruction of government property. And if that wasn't enough, imagine how the Klingons feel. Was it worth it? Of course it was, because they rescued the finest mind of the 23rd century.
Jim. Your name is Jim.
Or did they? Logic suggests their problems have just begun. Join the entire Enterprise family as Paramount Pictures presents William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy.
Producer Harv Bennett and director Leonard Nimoy join forces with the Star Trek cast and crew on the greatest space adventure yet, Star Trek 4. Somehow, they were always destined to meet. Director Steven Spielberg and Peter Pan. Way plans a love story like no other. Children of a Lesser God. Screenplay by Mark Medoff and Hesper Anderson. Directed by Randa Haynes. And in the tradition of Splendor in the Grass, the story of two young people who struggle for the right to love. Captive Hearts. Written by Bill Phillips and Warren Scarron. Produced by Tova Leiter. If you were told you only had 3 weeks to live, what would you do with your time? The Last Holiday, a very funny comedy. George Jetson, his boy Elroy, daughter Judy, Jane his wife. The Jetsons, live in their first full-length feature. Executive producer Gary Nardino. In 1985, Paramount has got a whole new attitude.